What does it take to be a champion? Hola everyone, and welcome to chapter 1319 of Hajime no Ippo. And I'm really interested by this chapter because we get to dive a little bit deeper into the mentality of Takamura and what he thinks it takes to become a champion. Now, if you remember in chapter 1318, we saw that he has a brand new match coming up against Keith Dragon, and we get these animal analogies all the time, especially against American boxers, and I'm here for it. But in the end of 1318, Takamura looks at the conglomerate of Kamigawa Gym and basically says, do you know who doesn't have it to be a champion? Now, we all theorized that he was going to be giving us kind of a gag chapter, and I'm okay with that. However, what we get in 1319 is quite a good mix. So we open up with Takamura basically reiterating it again. If you turn your head for a minute, you'll come up with an idea. You still don't understand, and Aoki responds with, what? Don't make it too much trouble. And Takamura, being who he is as the villain of the story, basically says, damn it, I'm gonna come out and tell you because I have no choice. It's you, Aoki. You have no chance to be a champion. And Aoki is aware of that. He's like, you're terrible. I'm aware of that. I know that. But at least I'm aiming to become the Japanese champion. However, Takamura is viciously and ruthlessly aggressively beaten by Kamigawa with the mitts because of this. And Takamura says, well, if you mean ridiculously, endlessly wide, Aoki has the potential to become a world champion, though the size of that is comparable to the universe, i.e., the size of the world championship that Aoki would win is still small potatoes compared to the overall thing. But everyone kind of starts asking, can it be for me? Itagaki asks, for me, well, of course, Itagaki, because you're a genius level boxer who is called Kronos. You just have the worst mentality out of anybody here. Kimura asks, even if I look like this with his kappa looking face, and Takamura says, look at as many as you want. You have the right to do so, and the ones who will never be world champions are the ones who don't challenge. The only people who can't even dream are the ones who got out of the ring. And I feel like this is kind of a jab at Ippo, saying, you know, if you don't send a challenge up, you will never become champion. You know, if you don't try, you will never know, and you will always fail every single time. And that last line that he says there, the only people who can't even dream are the ones who got out of the ring, to me is a reference towards Ippo and the fact that he left the ring after his goal left him behind, i.e. Miyata kind of just said, Ippo, I'm gone. I have other things that I need to take care of. So Ippo didn't have anything to challenge. He just kind of wanted to see what it was like to be strong. He didn't have this hope, this dream, this desire. And I think, again, we're getting this really good look in peeling back the layers of the onion that is Takamura. And I compare him to an onion not because he's like an ogre, though he is, but because he's smelly and a lot of people don't like him. And Kamigawa also responds with, there is no small amount of luck involved. Injury, capital strength, family business, military service, epidemics, catastrophes. There have been many famous players, boxers, who have cried out because of misfortune. Perhaps being blessed with a little bit of luck is a condition for becoming a world champion. And he's absolutely right, you know? You can be the absolute most talented fighter in the world, but if you get hit by a car, you know, what is that going to do for you? Your luck ran out and you are at the end of your rope. And that's really cool to see that, you know, luck does play a little part in becoming a champion, you know. Obviously, you need some kind of talent, you need some kind of drive, but luck can also be involved. And Ippo kind of has these wheels turning in his head, and that makes me excited as a consumer of this medium. Takamura says, what the hell? The conversation becomes more difficult because the old man became involved. And he kind of says, these idiots really don't understand. Ippo says to himself, oh, yeah, that's why this man is dangerous. But I don't think Ippo really gets it. Takamura responds back with, there's no one who can fight me and win, but if you're going to win, you have to have luck. And everyone's kind of thinking that this means that Takamura is preparing for a struggle. And he says, if I were to answer seriously about that, it's already bad luck that you have to fight me. The guy's luck is finally running out. Poor thing. And this is kind of a joke. To me, it shows that Takamura is genuinely taking this fight serious. He's getting as good as he can. So the only thing left in the ring for Keith Dragon to utilize will be the luck of the draw, the goddess herself. Because as we all know, Takamura is not always the luckiest when it comes to certain things. I mean, the fact that he hasn't been arrested yet, probably pretty lucky. He's using up a lot of his luck portions right now. But we kind of get to another discussion with Yagi, Ippo, and Shinoda. And Yagi says, we were talking about it together. As soon as I took the protest, we decided to organize a match. We wondered which class we would be best for. And Ippo says, I'm looking forward to it, but those two haven't reached the prescribed age yet. And what he's referring to is his two Kohai, the two delinquents that he's brought underneath his wings, shaved his head for, and bitch-slapped the ever-living daylights out of. And Yagi says, it's not that long now, i.e. they're about to turn 16, which I believe in Japan and potentially the world is old enough to get a pro boxer's license. And Shinoda responds with, you better think about that now. Ippo starts thinking to himself, those who have a match, I'm worried, but I'm looking forward to it. And, is he worried because he doesn't know if his ability as a coach will be called into question, or if these people just are not that talented? But Ippo kind of starts at saying, speaking of setting up a match, I think that you have amazing negotiating skills, and we're lucky to have you in this gym, Yagi. And this is in reference to the fact that Yagi is able to get all of these people to come in and really consider a fight in Japan. And Yagi closes out the very short 12-page chapter by saying, that's why it wasn't difficult at all. Originally, we were going to promote Takamura in the United States. With his ability and style, I think that he could be very popular in Las Vegas, meaning that he would be a high betting horse. Now, this is kind of really cool because we start to see that they're looking at the grander stage of the world and the popularity of Takamura across the, continents of the entire Earth and globe and everything. But this chapter really does something well, and I really, really want to focus on that. And what we are getting to see is more of a peel back of Takamura, like I said. We're getting to see where he stands when it comes to fights, what he believes is important, and the lessons that I think that he may be trying to subtly and even unconsciously teach Ippo about what it means to be a champion level boxer. Not just crossing the line to become a monster, but really becoming something that is altogether better. He says that those that do not strive for the top, those that do not challenge the top, have no right to be in the ring, and they will quit on their own. Don't you agree, Tater Tot? Tater Tot says that he agrees. But the other thing that you need to consider is the luck portion of this. Who are the luckiest boxers in the gym? Who are the unluckiest? In my opinion, Aoki and Kimura are very, very, I want to say, unlucky when it comes to boxing. However, in other things, they're pretty decent. And Ippo has actually been pretty lucky that he's not had any severe career-ending damage, even though he did retire due to potential brain injuries. I kind of want to see where this goes. However, I also would like to see the subplot that is being discussed in the subreddit currently, and that is Aoki actually beating Keith Dragon in a match of Mahjong. I don't know how that would go. I don't know why Aoki would lose, because he's the luckiest son of a gun in the West. But let me know what you thought of this chapter down below. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it somewhere in between? For more Hajime no Ippo related content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for everyone new and old, welcome and welcome back. It's your boy Lohuli, and I'll see you next video.